Hey everybody, I'm uh I'm at work. I'm on break. I'm on a long break. We got equipment issues. I got my hat turned around backwards so you don't see the company name. Uh, Let me see here. I know it may take a little bit for some of y'all to come in. It may not even give alert. So here's what I'm gonna do. The other night I was having a show, and at the end I got this email that popped up, and there was a few keywords in the title. I went to it immediately. I can't use name, but what I can tell the story, and I might end up reading the whole thing because there's actually two long emails. So this lady, she emailed me and she said I could use her nickname D, and she was a little girl in 1971, and they had moved to Belfast, Tennessee, which is close to where we're going hunting tomorrow, where we had the rock thrown at us and all that. So Dee said she was a little girl, and her dad had bought 33 acres there in between the country road and the highway. He had a farm. Hey y'all, good morning. I'm going live at work because I'm on a break because of equipment issues, and it's a pretty long break. So, like I said, I've got my hat turned around. Good morning, Pyro. Squatching Mountain Mama. Squatching Mountain Mama. These glasses are not big enough, I don't think. But anyway, so she sent this email, and I can use her nickname D. She lives in North Florida now, and the story she told me was just incredible. And I called her and talked to her last night for about an hour. And there's a lot to this. I put her in touch with some people that can help her understand some things. That's way over my head. And but she said she was a little girl in 1971. She lived in this county here. Um, and when they moved there, um, she there were some strange things happened in the house. But her dad, she said he was tough as nails and never was scared of anything. You know how guys were back then. They didn't, if they were scared, you didn't want your family to know. So they had found footprints, and 18, I think she said 18 inches. They found orangish, reddish tufts of hair um, in some of the barbed wire fences. They were hearing screams in the evenings. She said they used to sit and back in the day, in the evening when people got finished with work or whatever, they drink tea on the porch and just slow. Hey Jesse, just country life. And so she said that they found the tracks, and the kids at school had. Hold on, y'all. That's the radio. Said the kids at school that lived up just right up the road, up on top of the hill, um, asked her if she'd ever seen the hairy man, and she didn't. She didn't know what that was, but she know my dad's found tracks, and he thinks it's a hobo that maybe living back there. And they're like, no, it's a hairy man. He's big, So they talked about it a little bit, and she said that with the screams that would happen maybe once a week or so, it was pretty regular in the evenings, and it was so loud. Her dad tried to explain it away, like, well, maybe it's wintertime, sounds carry farther. Oh, and I asked her about the volume because they had cows and bulls and all that, so it was way bigger. It was something a whole lot larger. Um, she said that this one day, um, her dad came in. It was supper time, and her dad, she said, I never seen him scared in all his life. And she says the look on his face scared the whole family. And she said he never said he saw this thing, but I believe that day he saw it because he came in and he got him his tea, and he looked like he'd seen a ghost, and he he laid his head down until her mom fixed a plate for him, and he never spoke of it. There were some things that happened later. He had a little bit more open mind later about some things, and which was great. But she was telling me that after he found the tracks and saw what size this animal was, she couldn't play in the woods anymore. And then after the he came in that day with this look of fear on his face, she couldn't play anywhere but where they could see her in the yard. And there's a lot more to this story. I might read the email word for word. I'm glad she's going to let me. There's some other things, strange things that happened down that way also, but I don't want to miss some things, so I'll read it, and that will be sometime in the next few days, because I'm gonna be off all next week, and I'm gonna be hunting tomorrow with Peyton. We're gonna go make sure the guns are zeroed and all that, and so I don't have anything scheduled live, but I'll have the opportunity to go live. I may carry my camera hunting with us, and just maybe show kind of what the terrain looks like, where we had the rock tossed at us. This is where we'll be tomorrow. It's really dry, so I know this area they have 2 ponds. They're probably dried up, and I usually hunt this spring. It's a really good spring, but it'll probably be down to a trickle tomorrow. So that means some of the cows will be looking to come in there, and I may get away from it a little bit because I don't want all that traffic all over top of me. But yeah, I'm testing StreamYard live, because when you do just live on YouTube, it takes like 24 hours for it to process. I believe if I do this, it'll be, I don't know if anybody will want to watch it or not, but I will say this for everybody that watches this: if you have an encounter like Miss Diane Fowler, I'm late to the game.
Gary, Route 13.
Hold on, I'm late to the game. So a lot of y'all in chat, I know y'all might have stories. If you want to, if you send me an email to squatchandholler@gmail.com, and some people say, well, mine's not, I can't do an hour show. That's fine. If it's 5 minutes, if I can read the email and not use your name or use your name, like I said, Pyromedic has something. I'll use that name that everybody knows, and you can stay private. We got equipment issues, y'all. Everybody's trying to figure stuff out. So anyway, yeah, Miss Diane Fowler contacted me, and she's got a story of how she got interested in this subject, and it's amazing. Good morning, Randy. We got Wendell and Jesse and Pyro and Squat. I can't get that out. Squatching Mountain Mama. That's tongue twister. And then we got 9 people watching my dumb butt sit here and talk. So, and they've got cameras in here, so if they ever go back and look at this, they'll, I'm busted. I talk about Bigfoot. So, yeah, if y'all got stories or that you want to tell, y'all know I'll keep it private. Miss Diane, she didn't care, because she said she had been. Carrie Arnold had read her story, and I know a lot of you don't have an encounter that could take up 30 minutes to an hour. So if you could write it down and send it to me, I can do that. And then I'm thinking about doing subscriber spotlights. So call you Sandy. That's less of a tongue twister. Thank you. Yeah, just maybe I can do a 5-minute, 10-minute video. Oh, right now I'm driving. It's public transportation, so we drive people to doctor's visits and stuff. But my lift is not working, so I can't do any wheelchairs today. So it's kind of made my schedule scarce. I was supposed to work till 4 o'clock today. Now I think I'm gonna get off around 11:30, and I've got about 2 hours or so before my next pickup. So it's kind of bad, but yeah, yeah. If, like I said, if you have one that'll take up 5 minutes. We'll do a subscriber spotlight. If you want to come on, I can do. That's why I'm testing this actually, so I can do a live or I can tape it, and then we can just premiere it or whatever. So, anybody have any questions at all? I know it's early in the morning. It's probably coffee time for most, but I've been up since like 4 or something. And I know I look goofy with this hat like this, but I don't think my company would want a crazy guy talking about Bigfoot. Oh, listen to this. So my son he just called me earlier, and a local person called him and said, "Hey, if I wanted to go hunting pyro, yeah, it's interesting, ain't it? I love helping folks. It gets a little hectic sometimes when the schedule gets tight. But so he had a phone call today, and this is weird because we're not experts. None of us are experts, but we have people wanting help or wanting advice, and there's some people from this county that have been talking to other people, and apparently there's stories I'm not hearing. Thank you, JB. Yeah, this is just I was bored, so I thought I'd come on and make y'all's day worse by listening to my country hick butt. Anyway, so apparently there's stories going on in this county I'm not hearing yet, but people that are hearing our stories are talking to other people. So hopefully they make it back to us, because he got this phone call today, and the question was, if you were going to hunt Bigfoot, what kind of gun would you carry? And Peyton was like, whoa, hold up. He said, I'm not going to tell you what to do. He said, but I wouldn't recommend that. I wouldn't recommend going out in the woods with a gun with the mindset of killing one. He's like, why not? He said, I need to show you some videos that you need to watch first, and you make your own decision. But he said, you might kill one, but they might not ever find you again. And he said, he told the guy, he said, I've never seen one, but I've been in some situations in the woods that there were things going on that me and my dad had guns, and we knew we were in trouble. So, that's he's giving good advice, I think. And then we've got places to send people like Bigfoot Society, some of Kumbo's videos, Woodwalkers, Red Creek. A lot of these stories, these people that you see is, you can help people. You can point them direction, say, look, yeah, Jeremiah, for sure. The day we were confronted with the one throwing the fit, the small one off in the distance, it was yelling. About 5 minutes into it, or 10 minutes into it, I realized this might be a distraction. So that's when I told Peyton, you need to start looking behind us, because we were looking to get out of there. And so these shows, it's just country folks sitting around talking, but we may be like 1% of what is really out there, So when we do tell our stories, like when Sandy, she tells about what she's going through, or, any of you guys, tell your story, because there's people out there that need help with this. And even though I've heard what I've heard, I experienced what I've experienced, and talked to all these people, it still surprises me somewhat when we have new people come into the fold, and they've been sitting back watching and listening. And I've got a guy right now, where I saw mine at when I was 14, he hunted the backside of that place. And I haven't said anything to him, but I know where he hunted. And then his friend he hunted with hunted down the road as a crow flies a couple miles. So they were all back in there. He finally sent me a message on Messenger and said, we need to talk sometime. I didn't want to approach him and just ask him, hey, I know you hunted back there. Did you see anything strange? Maybe I need to start doing that. But I'm going to call him and talk to him. Yeah. Let me read some of the comments here. You're welcome, JB. Yeah, the more you talk, the more people want to talk. Yeah, um, that's been the surprising thing. I did this to get it off my chest and get away from it, and that's not what happened. Pyro hunters get lucky to stop a charging bear or lion. These things are faster and smarter, never just one. I Yeah, I think I agree with that. The more I've learned about the speed and when they drop down on all fours and accelerate, um, I think I think more of us have not been torn to shreds because they've decided not to. I don't think there's anything, like you said, we might get lucky and stop the initial threat, but they're not. I can't believe I'm sitting there talking about Bigfoot actually, but I think they're more intelligent also. And even look, it doesn't take a real intelligent animal. Some of these things are just in they're bred into animals. So let me tell you a quick story. We had chows for years. Some people love them, some people hate them. They're really loyal. You treat them a certain way. They love you to death, and um, we raised them, and we would give them away. They were full blooded, and there were a few crazy ones that were brought back, as puppies. But I had a neighbor call me one day and said, "Roger, I'm watching Chew, the male, the he was the boss of the bunch, and Cheney, she was a blonde female. She was beautiful. Um, they had gotten down on the front of the farm, and this guy said there was a coyote, and had he was confronting Chew, the male, and what Cheney started doing, she started circling both of them, and that coyote would kind of watch her side to side as she came into view from his peripheral. And then she circled and circled and circled until he forgot about her. Then once he forgot about her, she ran in and grabbed him on the back of the haunch, on the back leg. And as he turned to snap at her, Chew grabbed him by the throat and killed him. So those dogs didn't read that in a manual. You know, they somehow they know what to do. So if a dog can do that, and a chow is supposed to be on the lowest level of intelligence in dogs. So if a dog knows how to do that, they know how to work together. Um, it's not it's not a stretch at all to think something with more intelligent can outthink us. So I mean, there's little things like um, that help you if you think about it. A lot of people, they'll see these things and they don't want to think about it. They don't talk about it. But I think it's good for us to hear stories. With Bigfoot Society, he puts out a lot of content, and there's a lot of information out there. And I think a lot of us, um, I think knowing what not to do is the main thing, because I'm not going to be the one that proves there's Bigfoot. There's a lot of us that know, so I'm not looking for that. Um, I want to understand them a little bit, but and we're going and hunting. After I saw mine, I hunted in the woods. I loved hunting in the woods. I still like going in the woods, but I turned into a field hunter mostly after that. Um, and it's just I don't know if I'm any safer or not, but at least I can see what's coming. Give me a chance. So anyway, y'all, um, over the next week, of course, we got hunting season. We're going to do some road tripping, short day trips. Then we'll have Thanksgiving. I don't have a show scheduled until the week after. I believe it's on Tuesday. But there may be some of this. I can bore you this way. So any, anyway, y'all, squatch and holler at gmail.com. Send me send me your story. I'll read it. We'll do some subscriber spotlights. We'll change some things around. I can't do anything about my quality right now. I mean, things are expensive, but I feel like if I started this to be like we're sitting on the porch talking, and we may stay with that. We may change a few things, but anyway, y'all have a great day. I appreciate y'all. Some of y'all have gotten stickers. If you want a sticker, If you're friends with me on Facebook, send me a message. I'll tell you how to get those. It's free. You just have to send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. I'll pop it right back in the mail. And it's fun getting the pictures back from all over the country. It's just a handful of them, but I really appreciate y'all. Wendell, I don't know what kind of vehicle you have. I'm maybe a Jeep. I don't know what it is, but my car is the same color. I love that. So anyway, y'all have a good weekend and be on the lookout. We may pop up anywhere. Talk to you later.